Hello and welcome to Members on the Mic with the Troy Chamber of Commerce, where we connect with Troy Chamber members as they give us a glimpse into their company and share some of the business lessons they've learned along the way. Hi everyone, I'm Tara Tomczyk-Husak, President and CEO of the Troy Chamber of Commerce, and I'm joined by the amazing Vice President and co-host, Sheila Denstead.
Well, hello everyone.
First, I'd like to take a moment to thank our presenting sponsor, Trion Solutions. Stay tuned for our very first commercial break where you can learn how you can rely on Trion. So Sheila, we have some very fun guests today, so why don't we do some introductions?
I would love to. Thank you. Today we're meeting with Dave Corbett, founder and executive creative director of Pluto, a full-service creative content agency based in Troy, Michigan. For 27 years, Dave has led Pluto in producing everything from traditional video production to cutting-edge virtual reality and CGI, and literally everything in between. As creative director and entrepreneur, Dave's passion lies in building talented teams and delivering standout content that brings ideas to life. Over nearly 3 decades, he and Pluto have worked with major brands like General Dynamics Land Systems, Alfa Romeo, Audi, BMW, H&R Block, Kotex, Lego, PNC Bank, and Wilson. Oh, Wilson was from the movie, right? Wilson?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's soccer.
Oh.
Wilson tennis, right?
Dave's leadership is rooted in adaptability, collaboration, and relentless commitment to creative excellence. Under his guidance, Pluto continues to push the boundaries of storytelling, helping clients simplify complex ideas and connect with audience in meaningful ways. You can see Pluto's work at www.hellopluto.com. Welcome, Dave.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. That was fantastic.
I was going to say, there's nothing more exciting to us than us watching the guest hear their bio back to them. It's the look of like, okay, stop now. Okay, stop now.
I was trying not to nod my head yes. Thanks for that.
Thanks for joining us. So obviously your career has spanned for quite some time and doing some amazing things, but can you tell us a little bit about your journey in building this company?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's kind of there's 2 parts of it. It's a creative company, which has its own set of issues. It's subjective and it's kind of multi-pronged. But honestly, it's a business like any other. And as I was thinking about how we did it, especially in the beginning, it probably was figuring out a way to overcome fear. Fear of things happening and being able to deal with risk. And that was, in the end, what I just keep coming back to, because everything else I learned, it was scary, but how to do payroll and hiring and firing and all that stuff is kind of learned. You get better at it. Maybe you're bad, you get better. But dealing with fear and risk can put you down if you really can't handle it.
It's a lot on your shoulders.
A lot on your shoulders, right? And you don't know what's coming. Now, 5 years later, you've seen this before. And a scary employee or a scary client.
That's sad but true.
It could be. Or a scary client, they come along and they don't scare you like they used to. And so now after 27 years, you're kind of rolling to some degree, you know. And then add the creative to it, where clients have just opinions, their families have opinions, and everyone's got opinions, and it's subjective. And we're multi-pronged kind of creative unit that has even more opinions. So it really gets a little crazy. So I think in general, our business adds a little more fear and stress than most businesses.
Yeah.
But managing that is, I think, the foundation.
I think the other piece too is art is so subjective. Yeah. So what you do, you're creating masterpieces, but maybe it's a masterpiece to one and someone else is not going to like it. How do you manage those types of conversations?
I just tell people to shut up.
Don't we wish?
Yeah. It's delicate. It's delicate because internally, you with the teams, you have a much more just. Sometimes you'll say, "Just do what I say," or "Just do it."
Yeah.
We have to do it. This is what the client wants. You have those guardrails, but when you're talking to clients, you can't say stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you kind of want to guide them, and you do it with good intent, but you just have to guide them because they sometimes don't know. Some more than others, but sometimes they just don't know what's the right move.
It's sensitive. It's sensitive
it's
to
very
them.
Sensitive. Yeah.
It's personal.
Yeah. And it adds stress.
Yeah.
It adds a whole bunch of stress.
Risk and stress seems to be the highlight today.
Yeah.
I heard crazy.
Oh, good.
Crazy.
I tell you though, it's inexplicable to me when designers, and I'm a designer,
Yeah.
say, I don't want to change it. The client says change it. I don't want to change it because I like it.
Mm-hmm.
If we just change it right now, we'll be done and they'll be happy and you get money. We all get.
But it hurts a little bit when you
does.
created something so beautiful and you're
I
like,
can
but they
explain
don't
it,
want
but it
that?
seems like, can we just do it? Let's just do
Yeah.
it. But so, yeah, it's a tough business.
You
that
got to
way.
sometimes dangle the, can we just try it?
Right.
Let's just try
Oh,
it.
yeah, we've said that. Let's just see what you can do.
See what happens.
Yeah,
We can
absolutely.
go back to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that actually leads really great into the next question about key lessons learned about adapting and staying relevant
Yeah.
as you're living in this crazy world of AI and all the things going along with that.
Right.
What can you tell people about staying relevant and just being in the now?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I think, again, our business stands out quite a bit when you compare it to other businesses. I think retail, as I go through other businesses, you look at retail, it's constantly changing, but their model doesn't change. It doesn't, nothing shifts that much. But ours changes maybe every 3 years. Not the business model, but what we have to do to stay relevant in the business. And so we have new software. Some of it you've never heard of. Like AI is a really big one. Everyone's heard of it. But there's software and hardware within our business that we're constantly grappling with. And we all know about it. Some of our clients know about it. But as we adapt that software, I don't know, 50% of it fails, or we find it to be worthless. It's not a solution. It has more problems than blah, blah, blah. So we go through that whole process. And in doing that, you have to be super open to, will this technology help us? And then you have to be super open to shutting it down and feeling like, old guy, get that new stuff out of here. So we do that. When you do that enough, you start to learn, cherry pick which technologies are going to keep you moving forward. And AI is a great example of something that hasn't really affected us yet. There's aspects to it, but for example, if you say to AI, hey, make me a piece of video, like my clients aren't going to accept that piece of video. They're going to say, can you make that red and that blue and this and that?
And can you remove the seventh finger? Yes.
Exactly,
We've seen that a few
Or
times.
the
I
tooth.
always look for the fingers, and I'm like, that has way too many fingers.
Isn't it weird? Yeah. It's getting slightly better, but nowhere near the level where I could sit down with a client and have them say, that's great.
Yeah.
First of all, they never say that. They always say that.
Oh, yeah.
So then if we did produce, this is just an example, but if we produced a piece of video that was AI, we would have to go in there and do a bunch of work to it anyway. So it can produce video, but it doesn't really end up helping. Now that might change. So I say that because if anybody sees this 20 years from now, they'll be like, that guy.
That guy didn't know anything.
Right.
Thanks, 2046.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I think that's generally how we stay kind of relevant is through the adoption of technology and the suppression of some of it.
So being willing to learn new things.
Yeah, exactly. I could have just said that, right? Yeah.
Well, guys, I think this is a great moment to take a quick break and hear a word from our presenting sponsor, Trion Solutions. We'll be right back.
I'm Joe Vicari, President and CEO of the Joe Vicari Restaurant Group, which encompasses 24 restaurants throughout the country. With the addition of Trion, our general managers don't have to spend hours doing paperwork and putting people in our system. All that's done by Trion now, so they can work on what they are there to do, take care of our customers. That's why we rely on Trion.
You can always rely on Trion.
Welcome back to Members on the Mic with the Troy Chamber of Commerce. We are here with Dave with Pluto. So, Dave, we talk a lot about collaboration. Obviously, as a chamber, collaboration is key. But how do you collaborate and work with businesses to foster better teamwork and communication?
Yeah. That again is very exclusive to a business like ours or our industry. We have two types of collaboration. The one is kind of internal with our teams, and the other is with clients. We've talked about it's different with clients.
Very different, both sides. Yeah.
Little kid glove, but with but internally, it's very we call it brainstorming or ideation, and specifically about a project. If you're talking about payroll or something like that, it's a little less, But with projects, it's very non-democratic. the meetings we have are, they need to be treated with kind of a level of importance where at the end of this, we need to have something. And that's a lot of pressure to put on a meeting.
Yeah.
So we invite only the people that can contribute. And if somebody can't, we don't want them there because we don't want them to mix it up.
So you're not a reply all for no reason kind of guy.
No.
You are my kind of guy, buddy.
Right. Yep. You trim down the team and you get things done faster.
Yeah.
And that's the internal stuff. The other thing too is with us, we're a house of creatives. That's what we are, an agency of creatives. So do you, at this point, when we're talking about a concept, do you need the sound designer there yet? Do you need the visual effects person there who's going to clean stuff up? Or the whatever artist, the motion graphic artist, CG guys, who do you need there, right? So, like I said, it's non-democratic. We're very attuned to kind of like keeping it tight. When it comes to clients, we don't have any control of who's going to be in the meeting. Sometimes we're like, it could be, if it's just you guys, it'd be great.
A cousin. Yeah.
What?
A cousin.
Yeah, exactly. Right. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, I'm not.
But they will bring somebody to the meeting. People will chime in that maybe shouldn't really, and it's you're happy to hear from everybody, but we have to get something done at the end of it. That's the thing. So we do that thing where we guide them. We kind of, you can't shut them down, but you want to lead them. Not to compare clients to horses, but like a horse, you kind of want to lead them to a place they don't know yet. And so that's part of our business that is collaborative and kind of consultative and strategic. So, because we take on projects and we want them to get something good out of this. And so maybe they don't need to spend what they think they do, or they have a budget for no reason and we lower that. But the main thing is out of those meetings, we're trying to get them to kind of, let's get this going. That's the process.
So do you find in those client meetings, are your clients coming to you with an idea, or are they asking you for an idea?
I would say clients usually come to us with a need, like they have a need and it's not quite an idea. So they're going to a trade show, or they bought some time on TV, or they bought some Google ads or Facebook, and they have to have something to show. And so they think we have this, we have these things we've done before and all of this. And so we will come up with ideas from there. Yeah.
That's a cool way to do it, though.
Yeah.
Great creative and content we know is so important for business today.
Right.
How can it amplify a business's message and drive their success?
Yeah.
We like the hard ones. So.
Yeah, no, that's a tough question because it's so obvious to me that it does. I think to the world that we go to trade shows and you still will walk around and see companies that are just doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Then you'll see companies that are doing low quality work. And I've always said this for years, like it's like a bad outfit, and with people, you don't want to judge a book by its cover because that's rude. But with a company, there's money on the line. And that's the first thing you're going to do. So I always say, like, if you have a bad presentation outside, what does the inside of your organization look like? Like, are you paying your bills? Do you have other departments that are not caring either? So I kind of always come to it with that. And, we go to a place with them where we say all these things. What's your schedule? How much money do you have?
Yeah.
What kind of stuff do you already have? You have nothing. And we go through that. And we tell people, why are you doing nothing? We ask them that. Why are you doing nothing? Because you don't have to do nothing. It doesn't have to be with us. But we consult with companies sometimes and don't do any work for them. And we just get them on the path to start doing something. And we have clients that don't pay us very much, but it doesn't take us very much time, but they get our brain work and our strategy.
Well, it's funny you bring that up, and I laugh because anytime I go to trade shows, I have a few very big pet peeves.
Yeah.
And my first big pet peeve is people sitting. And I know that sounds bad, but the reality of it is if you're sitting if
Behind
there's
the
even
table.
a chair at the booth, I get it. If you want to eat your sandwich in the corner, fine.
Right.
But if you're sitting and you have your laptop up and you're not even looking at the people walking by, I will never stop.
Right.
But like when you look at like some of the branding as well, another thing that always sticks out to me is when you see mixed matched. Where it's like, oh, I used this 5 years ago. I'll just put this up as a filler. And it's like, that is not how you should portray yourself. So
Right,
like the guidance is so important.
It's huge. It's huge. It's very easy for them to look at somebody like me that comes to them and says, "Oh, why'd you do that? When you do that, I can help you if you pay me." And so it always comes off like that. But it's really just they don't have to necessarily spend all of that. Being in the automotive markets and defense markets and things like that, sometimes people pay a lot of money for things, and sometimes we've been like, "Why? Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
This is an Instagram post. It's too much money." Well, of course we take it, but yeah.
Dave, thank you so much for being here today. We really appreciate it. It's been a really fun and interesting conversation. Leave our listeners, viewers
Both.
with a nugget of something that they could use today to take away with them.
Sure. You mentioned the website.
Yeah.
One of the ways we meet clients is they'll find us online or they'll call us and they go to the website. And I recommend they do that because on the website, we're a very visual company. And so you go to the website and you can see a lot of the stuff on there. There's maybe 100, 200 things on there. But we have thousands that we don't put on the website. So if you're even thinking about, maybe getting into this realm of doing some marketing materials or content, just go check it out. And if there's more you want to see, then we can send you tons more. Stuff that's simpler, stuff that's harder, all of that. And then one other thing that I thought about earlier and I forgot to mention is our business model. And that is not a lot of, maybe restaurants are like this or something, but our business model is, just to be clear, we do work for people and they pay us. And then we take that work and we take it somewhere else and say, hey, we did this for your competitor. Would you like to do this too? And other places. That's literally our business model. We call them demo reels. We take them around and say, we've done all this stuff for these people. Can we do work for you guys? So if we don't do high quality work, we don't have a sales tool to take to other clients. So I always mention that because it's like value added. It's like free, that this company is dedicated to doing high quality work for you.
Well, it's a great way to showcase who you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're showing the quality and the caliber of the work that you do.
Yeah.
And yes, you may be going to a competitor, but you're not replicating. It's going to be something equally cool, something equally creative.
They can see that you're working with other big brands.
Yeah.
Or medium brands that are like them possibly, but they can see that and they can see the quality. And that's something that I always say they get it for free because we need that content for us to go sell and get more work.
I love it.
Well, and remind us with the website.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. HelloPluto.com.
All right.
Wow. Well done. You pulled that plug right back in,
That's
Sheila.
right.
Great
That's
job.
good. Thank you.
Obviously, she knows a little marketing. No,
Yeah, right.
Well, guys, that's all we have here today on Members on the Mic with the Troy Chamber of Commerce. Dave, thank you so much for joining
Thanks
us.
for having me. Appreciate
It's
it.
been absolutely wonderful. Special thanks to our presenting sponsor, Trion Solutions. To learn more about the Troy Chamber or to join or for upcoming events, go to troychamber.com. Thanks, everyone, and have a great rest of your day. Bye now.
Bye-bye.